Hi everyone, welcome back to Step by Step Coding. So this is the last episode of SDT and very exciting thing we are going to see. In this episode, we are going to take a look how the Speckit agent is actually transforming our specification into the production ready code. So just to reiterate, what we are trying to build here, we started with product inventory API, and our specification was that we are going to have four endpoints. We will have one endpoint which is going to show all the products which is available. Then we will have one post which is responsible to create a product. Then we will have one get which will be responsible to give one of the products based on the ID, and then we are going to have the put one, which will be responsible to put a patch, which means the updating the product. So now the implement command I have issued here, and now if you folks see, right away isn't now is in the code generation mode. Now let's take a look. I mean, our requirement was to produce the minimal API. Now the key thing is that the whole idea behind SDD is that AI agent should not go beyond and produce the any garbage code. The idea is that whatever the specification you are providing, it has to generate code based on your specification, based on the requirement which you are telling agent to produce the code. Now take a look here. Let's see here. So based on the minimal API concept, if you guys see here, it has not created like controller files and CS file and all those, right? Based on the minimal API concept, it is trying to create the code, and therefore you see the program.cs file has been updated. On the top line number 3, if you see, it is building the create builder. It is bootstrapping the application. Then we have those 5 and 6 again. I mean, those codes for our Swagger UI, which we asked it to now add that as well. And now line number 10 to 14, I mean, it is utilizing use Swagger UI. And then 18, I mean, if you see concurrent dictionary, and then on 20, now take a look. So this is our first endpoint which it has created. And now keep that thing in mind. It is not just simply writing any just like any code, but rather than it is also covering all those A's cases. If you see here, there is a product validation actually in the earlier endpoint. Now in this one, by the ID, again, I mean, you see here that there are validation as well, that product ID is required. It is validating it, and then it is covering all those edge cases as well, that I mean, you pass a product ID, let's say if it is not able to find it, so it's having all that. Then you have this line number 49. I mean, if you see here, the bad request, I mean, the scenario that is also it is trying to cover it. Then this one is your get products by the ID. That is what this endpoint it created. And then finally the list of products. Uh, so again, I mean, long story short, right? So the what agent does that it analyzes all the markdown file which we created in earlier episodes. So it try to make sure that it follows the constitution, the rules and guidelines which we provided it. Now 119 line number 119, if you see here, product, which is having actually the definition of our product. And if you see the field wise, I mean, you have the ID, name, description, price, stock quantity as well, right? So all the details. So once again, uh the whole, I mean, the good part is, right, that based on the data models and the contract which was already defined, and there is a human touch, right? Because during all the previous episodes, previous commands which we did, either we did the specification or planning. The idea is that as a developer, right, we are supposed to verify and make sure that whatever the planning it has done, we agree with it, right? So the more better specification and planning you can do that, the much better code quality it is going to produce during the implementation phase. Uh, so now, I mean, all the implementation, I mean, almost all the implementation it was able to do. Now, if you guys recall in Constitution file, we also indicated that it has to uh, do the code coverage at least 85%. So now take a look this file. I mean, product inventory API test, it is covering every endpoint which it has created. You have product inventory API test, and then you have, if you see here, we are using the factory model here. So I mean, you can actually the test it out, even I mean, as a testing purpose as well. You do not have to directly go and deploy on the server. You will be able to test it out, and then create product returns created product. I mean, that use case, I mean, we are testing it. There is, you know, the edge cases as well, that what will happen, I mean, if you try to create a product with the duplicate product ID. So that test case is also covering. So it's once again, like I indicated, that it is covering all those edge cases as well. So most of the implementation is done. Now the way it works, that as soon as it will start, you know, the generating the code, it tries to build the entire solution as well, and there would be build error. So the key thing is that finally, when the final phase, I mean, do please do recall that in the task.markdown file there were 4 phases, right? So it start building the code starting from the phase 1, and then assuming that that time when it is trying to build, obviously there would be error because it's not the 100% code it was able to write it. So the final build it does that in the once all the phases are done, and that is when, I mean, it matters. The moment it will see build error, it will go, it will try to correct it, right? It will try to fix it. Some cases, let's say, I mean, some classes, I mean, namespace would be missing and all that, right? So in all those scenario, it is going to cover all those. Now as soon as it will start implementing all those tasks, it goes in task.md file as well, and it makes sure that it will try to do the checklist as well. So let's say, I mean, you have 20 tasks, right? So once it is done, finally it is going to make a check mark that all the task has been implemented. Now if you see right hand side, the code has been implemented and everything is already done. It is trying to do a final build, and everything is completed. So now quickly let's take a look our Swagger UI and let's see how it is looking now. So I'm trying to build it now, and let's run in the Swagger, and here we go. Awesome. So we have 4 endpoints. So now you guys can see, right, that we have demonstrated that with the right specification and a strong constitution, the implementation phase becomes a supervised process. Thanks for watching.